From the shadowy alleys of Arkham Asylum to the towering skyline of Arkham Knight, Rocksteady gave us a Batman that felt real, brutal, tactical, like you were actually Batman yourself. And I fell in love with this game. It's one of the things that really got me into Batman in the first place. It just felt so cool being Batman and being so immersed within the game that you actually felt like you were really him. But now, years after Arkham Knight, fans are still asking, where's the next Batman game? As in actual Batman-based game, solely around just Batman. Could we actually see a new Arkham Batman game? And if we do, what should it look like? Let's talk about the legacy of the Arkham series and what a new Arkham title could and should look like. It all started in August of 2009 with Batman Arkham Asylum. Developed by Rocksteady Studios, the game wasn't just a success. It was a revelation, a tight, atmospheric, linear style experience as you explore through Arkham Asylum. With a compelling Joker narrative, fluid combat, and a decisive mode that let you feel like you were actually Batman himself, you could find the clues and mysteries throughout the asylum. Even cool Easter eggs like where Jason Todd was kept. Then came Arkham City in 2011. Bigger, more open, and darker. Introducing an almost open world Batman game where you could glide around and have loads of side missions to do, from stopping Deadshot to finding hundreds of Riddler trophies, which, by the way, I could never figure out. Ain't nobody got time for all those trophies, man. And even getting to play as Catwoman and getting to see her massive tip. Wait, what? Who put that in the script? Okay, I'm gonna have to check in with my scriptwriter here. Critics and fans alike praised it as one of the greatest superhero games ever made. I mean, do you blame them? Show a pic of Catwoman in brackets on the script. Oh, hell nah. Show a pic of Catwoman. Its balance of open world exploration, intense story, and deep lore elevated the franchise to whole new levels. While Arkham Origins, which was developed by Warner Bros. In Montreal, wasn't made by Rocksteady, it still added value to the series, giving us a younger, rougher, and scarier Batman with a Christmas setting. I mean, who doesn't love Christmas? We also got access to a playable Batcave, which sort of acted as a hub where you return multiple times throughout the story to see Alfred, which is the true hero of the Arkhamverse. Origins also featured an awesome roster of villains such as Bane, Deadshot, and even Deathstroke. And who wouldn't want to play as Deathstroke? He's actually so cool. We also got a whole new side of Bane, where he wasn't just some massive guy with super strength. He was also extremely smart and was able to find out Batman's identity and break into the Batcave. Which, not gonna lie, guys, they kind of stole that from The Dark Knight Returns. Not gonna lie, TBH, they kind of stole that. Finally, Arkham Knight in 2015 brought us a drivable Batmobile, which featured many races as well as combat sections, adding an entire new system to the Arkham game. Personally, this was one of my favorite things about the game because it was so cool, just driving around in the Batmobile and relaxing. And I remember buying the DLC with the different Batmobiles, and I thought that was actually so cool. You could have the Keaton Batmobile, or you could drive the Tumbler, or the OG Batmobile. It was actually so sick that they added that. They had a huge open world city going across multiple islands, and even getting to go inside of Wayne Tower with cutting edge visuals that actually can compete with the visuals of some games today. But despite the ambition, the game was divisive. Fans criticized the overuse of the Batmobile and weren't a fan of the story because of how obvious it was on who the Arkham Knight was. Okay, I get it for most people that this was an obvious plot twist, but personally for me, I was just getting into Batman at the time, and I didn't know that the Red Hood was going to be a Robin. I was talking to my friend about it and asking him at the time when I was playing it, moment. We were in a voice chat, and I was asking him who the Arkham Knight was. And literally he told me it was Robin, and I was like, no way, this is not Robin. And then I got to the end of the game and I realized, okay, yeah, this is actually a big storyline in Batman where there's the Red Hood. I never heard of that, so don't hate on me, guys, but I thought it was a good storyline. To me, it's still my favorite of the 4 Arkham games, though, because it improves on everything like combat, visuals, and the Batsuit looks insanely cool. I also really like the storyline, and I really liked the Batmobile. I didn't think it was an overuse of it, but I mean, regardless, how are you gonna have a Batman game without the Batmobile? So this leaves us with 2 questions. Could we actually see a new Arkham game? And what do we think would make the perfect Arkham game? How it would be the perfect Arkham game? Not even necessarily Arkham game, but just a Batman game in general, because we haven't seen anything in 10 years. First off, I think it would be cool to see an Arkham game as more of an RPG style game, where you can make decisions that change how the world is and how people see Batman. Almost like the honor system in Red Dead Redemption 2, where it's one of your first years as Batman, so people still see you as a vigilante. They don't really know you, and if you make bad decisions, the police will become your enemies as well. But if you choose to help them, then they won't come after you. I think they should dive more into the detective side of Batman as well, and have him solve more cases that actually take a little bit more effort and make the player think, where you can set up evidence boards and visit crime scenes wherever you would like more information, and they don't just put in 800 Riddler trophies around the map and call it a day. Another awesome mechanic would be the ability to fly the Batwing. Could you imagine how cool that would be to call in the Batwing as you're on a rooftop, fly around Gotham, or even fly back to the Batcave and let you explore the Batcave? Almost like, I mean, I know it's a little bit different, but almost like the Lego Batman games, where you would have a Batcave as the main hub. You can go to Wayne Manor, you have a Batmobile in there you can get into, a Batboat, a Batwing. How cool would that be? And even being able to go to Wayne Manor, get out of the Batsuit, and play as Bruce Wayne. I know a lot of people didn't really think about this, but when I was playing the last Arkham game, I just thought the number one thing that was missing out of the game was a main hub area, like a Batcave. It was just so blatantly obvious that it was missing to me, because I thought, where's the Batcave? We have the Batmobiles, we have Batman, and you don't have the Batcave in the game. It was just insane. And think about how cool it would be to have all the different Batmobiles within this Batcave and have it allow you to select which one. You know, the Tumbler, the Keaton Batmobile, Arkham, or the specific Batmobile for the new game, along with being able to pick different Batsuits, different skins for different things, or even be able to switch your Batcave out for a different Batcave, like the one from the 60s TV show, the one from the Keaton movie, or the one from The Dark Knight, and just have a lot of fun with it. And depending on when the game is set, you can have other playable characters such as Robin or Batgirl, and complete side missions specific to them, like in Spider-Man 2 with Peter and Miles. Still having Batman be the main focus of the game, of course, because it's a Batman game, and this isn't Gotham Knights that we're looking for. Being able to put together your own Batsuit would also be an amazing feature to see, and choosing what gadgets you could bring with you, being able to unlock more belt space for more gadgets as you level up. I just think it would be really cool to have a main Bat computer in the Batcave where you can level up your suit or change your suit, things like that, or even make mods or changes to the Batwing or the Batmobile. And they could even give you the same interface with Batman's gadgets like they did in the previous game, where you can upgrade them. The only difference is it would be in the Batcave, and he would have a workshop or a computer or something like that where you go to it and specifically upgrade your gadget. It would also be fun to travel to other cities besides Gotham and see the entire new area, such as where Batman was trained by the League of Assassins. I feel like it would be cool to see some new Batman villains that haven't appeared in the Arkham games but were rumored throughout collectibles, and also Batman villains that we just don't often see in the TV shows or the movies. It's really cliche how they're always making a movie on the Joker. Every time they make a Batman movie, they gotta have the Joker or the Riddler, and these are cool villains, but when you're playing a game, I feel like it's a really good opportunity to see some new Batman villains that don't appear as often, such as Killer Moth, the Court of Owls, the Clock King, and the coolest of them all, the Condiment King. Imagine jumping and avoiding ketchup being sprayed on you. Top 5 coolest moments in any video game. You're driving the Batmobile trying to catch the Condiment King. He's shooting mayonnaise and mustard at you and you're slipping out or something. I mean, it's so ridiculous, but that's the kind of thing that you can have in even a gritty game if it's done right. An online or co-op mode would be cool too, where you can explore the city with your friends as Batman and Robin and stop crime, similar to how Gotham Knights is. And you can even have the Bat Bike to drive around in instead of the Batmobile. This was kind of another thing that I thought was missing from the Batman games. I know it's mainly set as a single player game, and I like that, don't get me wrong, but I often like to play games with other people. For me, gaming is a social experience much more than me just playing games on my own. Lots of people like to play games on their own, but I don't really like that. And I would often play Arkham games on a call with somebody else playing Arkham. I just feel like it would be really cool to be able to do the missions together. Even if they don't have a very specific multiplayer mode, it would be cool to just join somebody else's lobby as Robin, Red Hood, Batgirl, one of Batman's allies, and be able to play the game together. And of course, it would be pretty funny because you guys would be arguing over who gets to play as Batman and who has to play as Robin. You could also have multiple versions of Batman, of course. You could have Thomas Wayne Batman and Bruce Wayne Batman. I don't see why there's any reason that they can't necessarily add that into the game and still have pretty much the exact same playable mechanics where you guys are walking through the storyline, but you're just doing it together. So now for the big question. Could we actually see a new Batman or Arkham game? Rocksteady's recent game, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, was intended to continue the Arkham timeline, but poor reception, live service mechanic, bad narrative choices, killing off Batman, I mean, come on. It left the fans frustrated and confused. I mean, literally, why would they kill off Batman? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You can't do it. And they released a new VR game called Arkham Shadow, taking place between Arkham Origins and Arkham Asylum, which fans got super excited for until it was revealed at the end of the trailer that it was only a VR game. Personally, I actually do have a VR headset and I tried to play these VR games. They're so glitchy and so buggy. They don't work, and I must have an hour on the game. I actually haven't really played the game at all. I'm just going through technical difficulties, and I just kind of gave up, and I really haven't played it since. Rocksteady knows how badly fans want another Arkham game. All they have to do is take everything they've learned from the past 4 games and improve on everything bad and good about them. After creating Arkham Shadow, it seems that Rocksteady wants to shift to making Batman games and not make the same mistake they did with the Suicide Squad game. So it's possible we could see a new Batman game similar to the Arkham games within the next couple years. It's also likely it would be a reboot of the universe, like how we discussed earlier with showing a younger Batman and even Robin and Batgirl too. I don't necessarily have anything bad against Batman's allies like Robin and Batgirl. I just don't really want to play a game where it's literally just the sidekicks. Who wants to play that? I mean, they're sidekicks. There's a reason they're not main characters. It's because nobody really cares about them. They're just there to support the main character. It would be cool to have them in the game, but not as the main game, giving us a whole new story and new ways to introduce the most popular Batman villains everyone wants to see in the game. And most importantly, giving us Catwoman. All I want is Catwoman and Harley Quinn. As long as Rocksteady sticks to single player games and focuses on what they're good at, well, single player game with the ability to play with other players, and they listen to the fans, there's a very high possibility of a new Batman game soon. The Arkham games changed gaming completely and are some of people's favorite ever single player games. There's no reason for us not to get another one soon. So what do you guys think? Could we see another Batman game soon or later in the future? Tell us your ideas in the comments. We'd love to hear them, and we'd love to hear your ideas for what they could look like or what would be really cool to see. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really helps. And smash that subscribe button. It only takes 1 second. We're trying to reach 1,000 subs so that we can get monetized. I mean, we literally make these videos for free. Make sure to sub for more gaming news and gaming related content. And thank you guys so much for watching.